The bobcat, Lynx rufus, a medium-sized wild cat with tufted ears, spotted coats, and its signature short, bobbed tail, has long been considered one of the most adaptable predators of North America, a species that has survived and thrived across nearly every landscape, from the swampy wetlands of Florida to the sun-scorched deserts of Arizona, from the snowy Canadian forests to rocky mountainsides and even the edges of sprawling cities. But today, even this cunning survivor faces a new kind of challenge, one not born from rival predators or human hunters alone, but from the vast, invisible force of climate change, which is rapidly reshaping ecosystems, disturbing prey cycles, shifting habitats, and rewriting the laws of survival. In the northern forests, where bobcats once shared an uneasy balance with the Canada lynx, the winters are no longer as long or as harsh as they once were. Snow cover melts earlier, storms are unpredictable, and what was once a frozen domain built for lynx with their snowshoe-like paws is now increasingly favorable for bobcats, who, despite smaller paws less suited to snow, find new opportunities as the cold recedes, creeping farther north into territories once thought unreachable. Yet this expansion comes with consequences, for the lynx now face increasing competition over the snowshoe hare, a prey species itself caught in climate's trap, turning white in winter while the forest floor remains brown, leaving them exposed to predators, reducing their numbers and thus straining the food chain for both lynx and bobcat. Farther south, in deserts, grasslands and semi-arid regions, the threat is not competition but survival itself, as climate change brings longer droughts, shrinking rivers, vanishing vegetation, and scorching summers where daytime hunting becomes impossible, pushing bobcats into nocturnal patterns, forcing them to conserve energy in rocky crevices and shaded dens during the day, and compelling them to travel farther in search of scarce rabbits, rodents, birds, and sometimes even deer fawns, while in years of extreme drought, hunger drives them to scavenge carrion or raid livestock pens, risking conflict with humans. In wetlands and coastal regions, the challenge takes another form, as rising sea levels and intensified hurricanes flood denning areas, drown habitats and scatter prey, making survival a gamble each year. And in the expanding suburbs and cities, bobcats display extraordinary resilience, appearing on backyard cameras, prowling along fence lines, hunting invasive rodents near garbage bins, slipping silently across golf courses and even denning under porches, a haunting reminder of how the wild adapts to our presence. Yet this urban survival also carries deadly risks, from highways where thousands of bobcats are struck by cars each year, to poisons meant for rats that seep into the bodies of predators, to fearful humans who see in the bobcat not a shy, elusive hunter but a threat, to pets and poultry. Scientists and conservationists, using GPS collars, drones, and motion-sensitive cameras, are tracking these changes with urgency, documenting how bobcats expand ranges, adjust breeding cycles, and alter hunting times, their adaptability astonishing yet revealing the growing strain of survival in landscapes that shift too quickly for stability. And what they see is both inspiring and alarming. Inspiring because the bobcat is perhaps one of the few carnivores capable of thriving in such a wide variety of conditions, alarming because even a master of adaptation has limits, and climate change is testing those limits more each year. Ecologists describe bobcats as both climate winners and climate victims. Winners because warming allows them to spread into once forbidden northern ranges, victims because prey collapses, droughts, fires, and floods tear apart the very ecosystems they depend on. And as they expand, they become a living example of how climate change does not create simple stories of survival or extinction but tangled ones of shifting balances, winners and losers, predators and prey caught together in a new world of instability. Culturally, the bobcat has long been a symbol in Native American legends, where it was often seen as a creature of mystery, secrecy, and duality, half in shadow, half in light, and today, as we watch them adapt, that symbolism feels more relevant than ever, for they are indeed living paradoxes, fierce hunters yet shy ghosts, thriving yet vulnerable, visible yet invisible. Conservationists argue that the bobcat's fate is intertwined with our choices, because while it can adapt to hunting rats in suburbs or rabbits in forests, it cannot survive if habitats are cut into pieces by highways, if water dries up, if prey vanishes, or if persecution continues unchecked. And so, in protecting open lands, wildlife corridors, and healthy prey populations, we are not only securing the future of bobcats, but also preserving the balance of ecosystems that sustain countless other species. And perhaps most striking of all, the bobcat's battle with climate change teaches us a lesson larger than itself. That resilience is powerful but not infinite, that survival is not guaranteed by adaptability alone, and that in every glowing yellow eye that peers from the twilight shadows there is both a warning and a hope. A warning that even the fiercest wild hearts can be undone if the world changes too quickly, and a hope that, if given the chance, nature will fight to endure. And so, as the sun sets over deserts, forests and city edges, and a bobcat slips silently into the dark, its story becomes our story too. A reminder that in protecting the wild from the storms of climate change, we may yet protect the wildness within ourselves.